estate agents. Welcome to the Weekly Closer. I'm your host, Jeff Underwood, along with my co-host, Joey Sampaga. He is the man with the plan. You all know that already, right? It's 100 and some episodes. They probably already know that, huh, Joey?
They probably know that, man. How you doing?
I'm doing all right. We've got a great guest with us today, and that's Jeffrey Garza Walker, managing partner in the Phoenix office with Mohr Partners.
Jeffrey,
how are you doing?
How you doing, man?
Doing great. Glad to be here, guys.
Glad to have you here. This is a little bit different show. Really? I mean, it's going to be a different topic than we normally have on the show. So,
you know, Jeff, we've been doing a lot of different shows. So it's been pretty awesome lately.
Well, we have been doing a lot of different shows, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, different topics. I like
Keeps
that.
It interesting, right?
Yeah.
People tuning in. So we've got agents here in the Valley and other parts of the country that are listening in. So why don't we first have you introduce yourself, how long you've been in the business, I guess, and kind of what got you into commercial real estate.
Absolutely.
How about that?
Well, I've been doing commercial real estate for 15 years. I actually owned a string of coffee shops back in the day, and I was going to be the Ricky Martin of coffee. They were called Java Vita. And so I'd grown those and had a buyout offer I couldn't refuse. And after I did the buyout offer, I had a good mentor who said, hey, look, you negotiate all your own leases. I think you should get into commercial real estate. I think you'd be really good at it. So I got into commercial real estate. Then I got into development, built some shopping centers, did some of that. And then I got an inclination to launch a commercial team. So I grew a commercial team.
All right.
And then from there, I actually went out and was a senior director of corporate real estate for a multi-billion-dollar logistics company. And now I'm with Mohr because I believe that they're the next new Amazon of commercial real estate.
Oh, the new Amazon of commercial.
Ooh,
because they have more to offer.
That's right. There's more with Mohr.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that's a very impressive resume of where you are now. But what I'm really interested in, are you a coffee connoisseur?
Absolutely.
Are you?
Absolutely.
Really picky?
Very picky.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. In fact, our roaster, actually, his beans came from Costa Rica and had his own plantation down there, and absolutely love fantastic coffee. When the beans are roasted right, clean, there's nothing like a great cup of coffee. I always call it passion in a cup.
Passion in a cup. Have you ever heard of siphon coffee?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. Is it good?
It's really good.
Okay, I got to try it. All right. Let's move on. Sorry about that.
Okay.
We digress.
So
I guess we're doing coffee today, not real estate.
So you haven't tried it, Joey, I guess, right?
I have not tried it, but I want to.
All right. So what were we talking about?
Well, I gave you a little bit of background about Mohr and who I am.
So let's explain to the real estate agents then a little bit more about Mohr Partners as far as how you guys are building things here in the Valley, building up the business. Who is your customer?
Absolutely.
Things like that.
Yeah. So what I'd like to say is with Mohr Partners, I think we're right in that middle spot, which is a good spot to be. And what I say is we're the best of a commercial real estate brokerage with technology. And so that's what really makes us special. Mohr Partners has been around for 35 plus years. But recently, within the last 2 years, there was a buyout by Robert Shibuya, who's our president CEO. And he invested heavily into our technology platform because he knew that was really the next place to go. The big broker houses, they have corporate real estate services, but those are really limited to the Fortune 500 companies. And so what we want to do is go out in the marketplace and be able to deliver to our clients in the mid-tier markets the technology that they can use to be able to manage their portfolio in commercial real estate. And what we say that does for you is it takes you from being tactical, which is I'm getting up today and this is what I'm going to do, to being strategic, which is you're looking a year, 2, 3 years down the road. And it allows you to grow your business in a path that gets you to success. And that's what we're here for. And we're a tenant representation only company. We don't represent landlords. Okay. So that really gives us conflict-free representation. I think that's special. I think for the agents out there listening that are, well, how does this really benefit me? When I launched the team that I did at another small private, well, actually they weren't small. They were one of the larger residential real estate companies in the Valley. One thing that I did with those agents was I taught them one simple question, was when you're out there and you're showing homes to your clients, ask them one simple question: what do you do for a living? And out of that, you can increase your earnings by 25%. Would you want to do that, Jeff?
Yes.
Well, I think you would want to. So, and from that, I can tell you, we got referrals from a gentleman who was relocating his whole company from St. Louis, Missouri to Phoenix. I wrote a 25% referral fee to that agent for $15,000. And I could go on and on. But at the end of the day, when you're out there in the home and you're showing it, the number one priority is to get them into the home they want to be in. But if you can ask them a simple question, and regardless of what they do, you can say, look, if you need any help with that, here's somebody I could send a referral to or reference to. And I think that's how I would look at it from that standpoint. But at the end of the day, we love being able to help companies grow, and the Valley is absolutely a hotbed for commercial real estate right now.
All right. So I just have to ask my clients, right? Is that the deal? Ask them the one question, because there are a lot of people that are self-employed or own their own business, and you never know when you're gonna run across someone that needs some help on that side, right? Well, and they might not even be thinking about you being in residential real estate, but you just ask the question. Now it opens it up, and having a place to refer them is the key. Is it easy so that referral process? I mean,
absolutely, it's very easy. What we do, and I will tell you that there again, I always say, like, the other thing with the big commercial broker houses is typically they don't look at residential agents as tending to be referral sources. I will tell you that of the residential agents that we engaged, we were able to, those agents, they caught on real quick when they got that first referral fee, right? And they were out there asking that question, and they were making great money. And it's real simple. Once you make the referral, you send it over, we document it, we write that you'll get 25% of anything that we close, and you get paid on that transaction when it closes. It's really that simple.
Yeah.
But I think that once agents see the results from that, then it's like, well, gosh, why wouldn't I be asking this all the time? And the other thing I think people overlook too, like we all do, which is people are running their business. So they're not thinking about real estate really in the forethought, right? So what happens is they just go out and they're like, oh, I need a space, or I need to go do this or that, and I'm just going to go do whatever I'm going to do. Well, if you can get in front of them and get somebody in front of them that can help them, once again, go from being tactical to strategic, now you've built a relationship. And so whatever that relationship leads the road down to, you get to be a participant in that.
Right.
And so I think that's, at the end of the day, we're all looking for multiple streams of income, right?
Yes.
And so that's a great way for you to grow your book of business without really having to do much more than ask a simple question.
Yeah. Wow.
Gotta write that down, Jeff.
Yeah. I mean, the agents that are listening,
what do you do?
That's an easy one, right? Maybe we should have you go ahead and just say if somebody out there is listening and heard that part of it and they want to reach out to you directly, how do they do that?
Yeah. So the best way to reach me is through email. And my email is my initials, JGW, at Mohr, and Mohr is spelled MOHR, mohrpartners.com. And then my direct line is 602-387-5353. Those are the two best ways to get a hold of me. And I absolutely will get back to you within 24 hours. So I believe that, if people take the time to bring you business, you need to treat it with the utmost integrity that they brought it to you. And so that's one thing that I think a lot of residential agents appreciate with me, is that I am very responsive. And that's the culture that I came from, is that, when people take the time to follow up, then you need to follow up and show them that you appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure.
How far out? I'm sorry. How far out do you go from, let's say, the Metro Phoenix? Do you do things in Flagstaff or?
So here's what one of the real reasons I was really excited to come on with Mohr is because of the technology platform, but also, guys, because Mohr is not only nationwide, they're global.
Oh.
And so we have offices in every major city. We have 20 offices. I can go do business anywhere in the world. And when I tell you that, I'm actually chasing right now one of the world's largest Hispanic grocers out of Mexico City.
Oh.
And I'm working with our counterpart in Mexico City, and then we want to get their grocers that are here in the United States. But I couldn't do that before I got with Mohr. And so it's exciting that I can go chase that business. Or what really tends to happen is I'll get a client here in Phoenix and they'll say, oh, well, hey, I've got an office over here. Or I've got a property over here. Can you help me? And the great news is, yes, I can. I can actually facilitate that through our offices because we have coverage in all 50 states. And it allows me to be able to go to a higher platform and provide a greater service to my clients.
Nice.
That is nice.
Yes.
You get to fly all over the place then.
Yeah, in fact, I'm flying out to New Mexico next month. Been to Chicago, Dallas. I mean, so yeah, it's kind of the fun part of the business is you get to go around and meet people and be able to help them.
All right. Now, you also mentioned that you did a class for agents, and it was called "Show Me the Money." That's what it was about, right? That exact thing,
exactly
right?
what we were talking about.
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
I was trying to, when I first got to that large residential broker house I told you about, I was trying to do trainings, and I'd get maybe 5, 10 at the most. And then I thought, you know what they really want to know is show me the money. And so I renamed the train to Show Me the Money, and then I had 30 agents packed in this thing.
Really?
And I even did the little video clip from the movie, where where Tom
Jerry
Cruise,
Maguire?
Jerry Maguire, where he's yelling "Show Me the Money." And the great thing was, it was all about, hey, this is the one question you can ask, and this is how you can increase your earnings by 25%, and here's people that have done it, and this is how you can do it. And it worked phenomenal. It really did. And they loved it. They came in, they knew what they needed to do, and then they went out. And so I had, I went from, our little team was 10 commercial agents. I had 1,000 agents out there on the streets asking this one question.
Okay.
And we were generating incredible referral revenue based on that.
Wow, that's awesome. Is there kind of a sweet spot for size of business, or is it cover the full spectrum, or what?
Yeah, I mean, we cover the full spectrum, but I mean, I would say for us, really where we have the best impact with our technology is a company that's in growth mode. And so I say if they're doing over $1 million in business a year, that's really that's where we'd like to start with them. And then obviously you can go bigger, but that's really kind of our sweet spot. Now, we have worked with startups because we understand that, hey, sometimes they're at the beginning, and if you can be there with them. So we can represent even the startup company. It's just, that's really where we feel like our technology can make the biggest difference for them, is once they get to that $1 million plus in revenue.
Okay.
We're almost there, Jeff. Almost.
Yeah, you just got to show you some more money.
You show me the money, Joey. Show me the money. Oh gosh, yeah, we're almost there. You're right. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I try not to reference the exact day, but tax time was just not too long ago.
Yes.
Joey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ouch.
All right. Anyway, we digress. So let's. How about tell us a little bit about your perspective on the local, commercial real estate here in the Phoenix metro?
Absolutely. I think the exciting part about being in Phoenix, Arizona, I've been in Phoenix for 20 years. And so I've seen the cycles like a lot of us have. But what I will tell you is what's exciting about this time is I feel that we're back to pre-recession levels from 2009. And the good news is it's a stable market. There's no funny business going on. You can't write on paper. So all the growth that you're seeing is real growth. And the other key is because markets like California, the Silicon Valley, they're saying they're going from there to the Desert Valley because we don't have natural disasters. We don't have floods. We don't have tornadoes. So the only thing you got hot and hotter.
Yes.
And so we're attracting a lot of these companies. And I think what that's creating is the residual effect where it's going to help increase education. It's going to help increase the economy. We're back to being one of the top growth markets in the country. We have in-migration. So all the things that you need to be a growth market to attract new business and to be successful, Phoenix is it. And unlike any time before, if you look out towards the west side, the 303 corridor, tons of industrial coming in over there because it's actually cheaper, guys, to bring your products off the port in LA and take it all the way here and take it back rather than try to find property there to store your goods.
Yeah.
So that's where Phoenix has an advantage. The tech companies are coming. We got Tesla. We've got a lot of these companies that are coming in. And so I think Phoenix is really poised. We're going to have a really good run here.
Yes.
I think over the next, I would even say 10 to 20 years, we're going to have a great run.
All right.
From a commercial real estate standpoint.
Side, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good news.
It is great news. And those people need homes. Those people need all kinds of things that help them, settle into the valley. And I think that's where they're, again, working together. That's how people, if they have a global perspective, that's the way they do. And I refer business back to residential agents as well. I always tell people I don't do residential real estate. So when I have somebody who comes to me and says, hey, I'm relocating the area, absolutely, I refer that business out. There again, I get a referral fee for it, 25%, right?
There you go.
It's
back
just
and forth.
back and forth.
It's a little bit different dollar amount, however.
Yeah, I say the same thing with the natural disasters when people ask about Arizona. There's no natural disasters here except for hot.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm telling you, people don't realize, but when you build a whole facility and then it goes up in smoke or it slides off the side of the hill, or that's millions, almost billions of dollars in some of these places. You hate to see that. But what I tell you is, why not move to an area where you don't really have to worry about that?
Yeah, I heard someone say that Arizona is going to be the new beachfront property here soon. So,
well, we'll be the new beachfront property without the beach.
Joey, there's even a song about that from I think the 80s. Come on,
because of the natural disasters with the earthquake.
Exactly.
Anyway,
all right. So before we move to the next segment, how about And I know the technology piece is super cool. I know that you. What is one of the things in the tech thing that you think is like really neat? Like what would you say is?
Yeah, I'd say what probably the neatest thing is that it truly has artificial intelligence and algorithm centric patterns. And so what that means to you is basically we can take any piece of data that's important to you aside from real estate, and we can layer that in there. And so what that does for you is when you go look at an area to go into, it will actually predict to you and say, this is where you should go, or this is where you might want to be, or this location isn't doing so well, so you may want to think about when that lease comes up, not renewing that lease. And I think that takes you to a whole nother level. People aren't really used to being at that level until you get to a big company, and of course, they're doing that stuff. But I mean, just think about if you're there again. I mean, we're working with a coffee shop right now, and they're growing like wildfire. I mean, they want to open up 30 locations in the next 2 years.
Wow.
So there's a lot of value to that because it really gives you the insight that you need at the click of a button.
Yeah, that's cool.
I mean, that to me is that's where I think things get really, really interesting.
All right. Any other things you want to mention that the agents need to know before we get into the ring?
Just ask that one question. What do you do for a living?
What do you do for a living? Cha-ching. No. All right, awesome. Well, you ready to get in the ring with the Maniacs?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. What's the best advice that anyone's ever given you?
Always stay true to yourself.
All right, cool.
Good one.
How about your favorite mobile app?
That would probably be my Google Maps.
That's a good one, too.
I use that a lot.
I use it all the time.
How about a book recommendation?
The Warrior of Light. That is my favorite book of all time. That's by Pablo Coelho. And it's a manuscript on how to live your life. And it basically makes it, we're all warriors, right? And we're all trying to get through life. And it just means we're not all perfect. So I think with the whole Maniac thing, it's about you're out there trying to find your way and understanding that you're going to fail, but you can get up and you can still move forward.
Yeah. Awesome.
Nice.
How about a productivity tool or software that you use on a regular basis?
Well, we have a product tool that's called Rethink, but it's really, at the end of the day, it's done by Salesforce.com, and it has made all the difference when it comes to managing my book of business and my opportunities, and it gives me reminders, and it tells me what I need to do and when I need to follow up. And so it's like anything. If you use the tool, it's awesome. But if you just open it up and look at it, that's all it is.
Yeah.
It's a smart CRM. Right?
Yes, very smart CRM.
Right. And we have one final question. I'll let you draw from the mask.
Ooh.
This is beautiful. What is that, velvet?
All right, what'd you get?
What is your favorite superhero and why?
Oh.
That's easy. So, the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, that's the first time I've heard that.
That's the first one anybody brought that
I
one.
actually I got Mean and Green on my he's hanging off of my my screen at work.
Nice.
And I always had an affinity for the Hulk because I felt like that's kind of how I was, where I'm I won't say mild manner, but I just say I'm a guy who really I'm trying to live my life. And if you get me fired up, then, the Hulk comes out in me, but I think in good ways. That it really, I don't try to smash and crash everything. I've tried to get a little bit further down the road. But I think it's just knowing that within all of us that there's just that, there's that piece of us, that Hulk in us that wants to get out and learn how to feed him, learn how to let him out, but don't let him get out of control. That's the key, right?
Yeah. All right. I love that part in the, I don't know which one it was. There's been so many of the Marvel ones, right? But when Captain America says, and Hulk, smash. There you go.
Exactly.
Oh, that's so much fun. Did you watch the older ones too?
Oh yeah, I grew up.
The ones on TV.
Bill Bixby.
Bill
right?
Bixby. That's when. I fell in love with the comic books, but my first show was Bill Bixby, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, and
Lou
Ferrigno. He's the original Hulk. Come on, he's the real Hulk.
Yeah,
his hair and everything.
Yeah, he's no animated GI guy. He's real. He's real.
Absolutely.
That's 100% real beef.
That's absolutely. How about so? We're going to say bye now, but go ahead and give your phone number one more time in case the agents want to reach out.
Yes. Jeffrey Garza Walker, Mohr Partners. You can reach me at 602-387-5353.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Jeffrey, for being here. This has been great information.
Good.
I learned a question I need to start asking all my clients.
Oh. Wow, does that ring up dollar signs when you think of that question? Ching ching?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's just a way to, help those
Help
businesses
businesses.
that maybe don't know that
Yeah.
they need to look at it closer, right?
Yeah, and I would say to you guys, like you said, not
Absolutely.
only asking the question to increase your referral business, but it insulates your client, right? Because at the end of the day, you're an extension of my network, and I'm an extension of your network. So if you take your client from the home to the business, they're going to be a client for life.
That's right.
And that's the way I look at it. So I think everybody can relate to that.
I think so. All right, guys, been a great show, and we will see you next time. This is Jeff Underwood.
And Joey the Incredible Sampaga.
Oh, whatever. See ya. Oh, gosh.
That was great, guys.